Word to the cloud. Okay. So, and we are live here together. Before we get started, let's bask in the glory of our greatest theme song music you could ever possibly hear. Ooh, Ed Talk. And I think I came up with this idea to casually walk through the office during our little 20-second theme song. We're live in the Edwardsville office, and we're back. Okay, we got an exciting show for you guys today. Whew, so exciting. We got two of our superstars here in Swift Edwardsville Nation. We got Brian, our very own yard hustler, in the house. Oh, Brian's here today. And we also have an amazing lady from Phoenix. Her name is Rene, and these two superstars are here to tell us all about our OS&D process to save ourselves money as well as you money. So today, Rene, tell us a little bit about yourself as you come out and introduce us to Edwardsville Nation. You're someone that's been hard at work behind the scenes, helping everyone stay safe. So, how did you get? How did you find yourself here with Swift? And maybe tell us a little bit of a fun fact about you.
Well, I've been with Swift for about 25 years.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
wow,
various departments. I've been in cargo for 11 years. Love it.
love it.
Uh,
Yeah,
my hobby on the side is bowling. Love to
bowling.
bowl. Yeah,
Are you okay? Do you play in tournaments or things like that?
yes, I do.
You do?
I do.
Oh, we could talk more about this later. I actually really suck at bowling, but I'm actually I don't know, like
I'm not that
I know
great, but
I'm
I'll do
have
it.
you'll do it. Okay, all right. Well, you'll probably be better than me because I rarely get over 100. But anyways, Brian, you're here to tell us a little bit about our specific procedures here, within Edwardsville, right? So tell us
Yeah.
a little bit about yourself, how you found us. You used to be a driver, and you're now here, as part of the Swift home team. Tell us a bit about yourself, how you found the position you are in today. Go ahead.
So I'm Brian. I also, one of my biggest hobbies is bowling. I have like 6 bowling balls. I bowl on a league every Monday.
No way.
So love bowling also. So I think that's cool we have that in common. But yeah, I was a shuttle driver. I worked under Greg here in Edwardsville. Great guy. Um, Came to some problems with keeping people employed on the other side of the shuttle, keeping drivers over there. So Shelly called me one day and said, "Hey, we have an opportunity here to help run our yard. Do you want it?" I said, "Sure." She told me it entails way more than you imagine. And one of the things I picked up and started running with was OS&D, and started reading into what I need to do to make everything work well here. And it's one heck of a process. And been with Swift right now. I started like 7 years ago, then I left, and I've been about 3 years concurrent right now.
Okay. Well, awesome, man. Um, well, sweet. You have some training for us. Like you're gonna take us through a form. You're gonna cut it down super simple so that all drivers and home team know the correct process. So,
Yeah.
thank you for providing me this form. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen.
Alrighty.
All right. And this, what is this? What are we looking at exactly? What is this?
It's
What is
a
this form?
cargo return form. So after you send your macro 59, when you come to the yard, you'll come up, see our person at the window or your driver manager. They'll have you get with me, and I will hand you one of these cargo return receipts. And what it is just a receipt of everything that you are returning. Up at the top left-hand corner there, you have our RN number. You get that from the claims department, the OS&D department, and that's so we, I believe, internally can track it through a system. But you just fill out your information, your name, driver code. It says tractor number, but I like to have trailer numbers because if you have a lot of OS&D, we may keep it on the same trailer. So I had to find one where I did that. So you'll see a tractor number and a trailer number there, and then the trip number also.
Okay. And
And that helps me just know where it's at on the yard because I'm also the guy that does the yard check every day. So if we keep it on the trailer, I have verification on the sheet here that why the trailers may have been sitting on the yard for a few days.
Okay, so if I'm understanding correctly, they can find this. They can find this this sheet at the TCOM window.
Yeah, we up just behind there in the warmer cabinets, we have a file folder with probably a few thousand of these, just so we never run out.
Okay, cool. So all right, and once this is filled out, this ultimately gets the TCOM window. You review this on a daily basis to make sure that we're all set up, and
Yeah.
this helps things get a little bit, it helps things become more smooth here on the yard, right? Now,
Yeah.
anything else you'd like to add with this form?
Yeah. So like when you're filling it out, you'll see on there under quantity, you may have more than one product. In this case, we have 4. We need case counts for each product separately, along with the UPC code, I think it's called, which is just the description of the product when it's under the barcode. We need that information, so when I go give the information, or you give the information to claims, they can get with the shipper or receiver and make sure it's the correct product that's getting refused, or it's damaged, or there's too much of it. And we also like to have pictures, which I come out and take myself, but it's also nice for you to be able to give that to claims at some point. Is pictures of the product so they can see the damage, or actually just see the product itself, because they want to make sure what you're putting down on this piece of paper matches what the pictures are saying. Because people in Phoenix, or even I sometimes can't automatically just go out there and see the product. So it's really important that you send your macro 59s, talk to claims, and just do everything they ask you to do. Don't be a jerk about it. Just be nice. Then they ask you to do some things. And I can understand it can be frustrating, but in the long run, it makes the whole process 1,000 times smoother.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to add before we move from this forum back to our general discussion, and then we'll include Renee before we move on too, in case she wants to add anything.
Yeah. Really just this, don't throw, when you're counting the product, just try to keep it organized on the trailer, because I'm the one that has to pull it off the trailer, so it makes it nice if you keep it all stacked up nicely. And just make sure you do that macro 59 before you leave the shipper or receiver. And that's really it.
And I got to give a shout out to our example, Jonathan. He's got very good handwriting, so like this is probably the perfect example. Anyways, okay. Well, hey Renee, how did Brian do? Did he do a good job?
Just making sure those macro 59s are reported, having drivers make sure they check their bills, whether there's a shortage, any kept product still needs to be reported as a macro 59. If you have issues sending a macro 59, always call the OS&D department. We will be helpful to walk you through on how to submit a macro in. Definitely want to make sure you send on every stop that you deliver to, because each location may or may not have a discrepancy that we need to report to our shippers. If we don't report the OS&D, it could cause a claim.
Oh.
And that claim,
tell us.
That claim can cost the company money, and we don't want to cost the company money. We want to kind of save money. So we want to get these reported right away. So always report when you deliver your load, you check your bills. Those claims can cost our raises, our bonuses, as you as drivers, as employees. So we don't want to cost the company money.
No. It could cost driver bonuses. No.
Exactly.
It isn't so. Oh my gosh. I was gonna ask you, why is this so important? And you were telling me a story just before this call of like a particular, I guess, a package, a meat package, and like a small meat package. How expensive could those things actually cost?
One box of meat could cost $500 or more, just for not reporting, just to decide to throw it away and not tell us about it. That that costs the company money.
Interesting.
And
So,
if you're
so
an owner operator, it could cost the owner operator some money. So we don't want to
oh,
make sure we're reporting.
so are owner operators potentially liable for?
Can be, yes.
They can be. Okay, so
Mhm.
very important there. Um, and I caught on something you said, not reported. So
Mhm.
if a driver just like, you know what, this is just one little Amazon package left on the truck, let me just, throw it out, you know, yeah, and
Right.
who knows what could be in that little package, and here it comes back, the company files claim after the fact, we never got this package, and that could
That could
potentially
cost us
mean
a lot of money.
that could
That one
cost a lot.
package.
That
Mhm.
one, yeah. So, oh my. So yeah, this is incredibly important. So, Renee,
Yes.
what are some of your I think you were dropping them here and there, and if you want to say them again because they're so important, that's fine. What are your
Mhm.
top tips? Like,
Top
what do you see?
tips.
What do you see people go wrong that you would like to avoid?
When
This
you
is your
send your
moment.
macro, when you send your macro 59, whether you do an empty call or not, it can still go through.
Okay.
Um, just reporting at the time that you are at your
At the
consignee
time,
at
not an
that
hour
time.
later, not 2 hours
Exactly.
later, not a day later. Just do it. Do it now.
Right. Yes. Because if you don't do it, it could be an out of sight, out of mind. And then it costs the company and possibly yourself later. So
Mm.
do it at the time before you do your departure of the final. Make sure you're doing your post trips, making sure you look inside that trailer before you leave, because those packages can be in the front of that trailer. It could be dark, you don't see it. Just want to make sure you look everywhere.
Oh, thank you so much, Renee. Thank you so much for taking time on your busy schedule to hop on this call. Before we get going, just a shout out reminder that our next episode, episode 15, is going to be on Swift Charities. And before we transition to Swift Charities, fun fact, and I learned this today, like in a way, through this OS&D process, we kind of give to our local communities. Brian, why don't you tell us a little story about what happened to a particular OS&D, shipment and where it ended up being dropped off? Go ahead.
So from time to time, not every time, but part of the reason it's so important to report your claims is if the shippers give us permission, we can donate the stuff. And I have personally done it a time or two through some different companies, but here at Swift, just a couple months ago, we donated, I think 3, maybe 4 pallets of different dry good products to harvesters here in our local community. And it's just one of the benefits that can come from OS&D is that we can give back just a little bit.
Going above and beyond. Look at that. Edwardsville Nation. Brooch. All right. Well, hey, if you love this podcast, if you love our show, please support us. Leave us a comment on what you'd like to see next. Like our page, and also check out our YouTube channel. I'll drop a link in the comments for this particular episode. We have after this episode, we'll have a total of 2 of them on our YouTube channel as well, and we definitely want to grow it. Our link is a little complicated right now until we get 1,000 subscribers, but with your help, we could do it. We could get there. Our millions of viewers signing off. Edwardsville Nation. Take care, y'all. Have a great day. Be safe. Make sure you're doing your goal messages. Make sure you're preparing for trips, and especially with this weather. See y'all later.